Hey, it's Malachi Church versus State. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day in regards to kind of an awakening and why things are happening the way they're happening in such a sped up motion, I guess. And that's because, see, in Revelation, it states that he had but a short time. Now, it says that after the millennium too, but it also stated that prior to Satan's being bound for 1,000 years. You know, you can read that in Revelation. I don't have to explain that to everybody, but there are two parts where he knows that he has but a short time. And because he has but a short time, he kind of has an idea how long that he has. But he also knows that time tells all. So he's very particular on the time that he chooses to do the things on which he chooses to do, to deceive all mankind if he can. So he's very strategic, meaning you don't want wars that last forever. You want to be like very strategical when you strike. So his time is coming up when he's seeing everything kind of, the stars aligning, so to speak. So he's kind of like a cobra. He's not in a strike position, but he's getting curled up. Once he raises his little ugly head, then he'll strike really hard. And I've only been doing these videos for just a little over a year. But in this time, we've had the death of Ariel Sharon, which was prophesied from a rabbi who stated that Christ would return shortly after Ariel Sharon passed away. We've had a new pope. We've had the talking of a new king, which Queen Elizabeth, or whatever her name is, will step down, give the throne to her son. I've also been told by knights that I know that he may only be king for a day, this fulfilling certain prophecies within Revelation. Recently, you know, we've had this whole issue with Jade Helm. We've had issues with certain monetary systems. We have the droughts in California. We have actually droughts in a lot of other places besides just California. So there's kind of like a perfect storm, you know. Fukushima, killing off of a lot of animals. Hurt not the sea nor the trees, you know, that kind of thing. But there's a lot of things going on. If you really sit back and you start writing all this stuff out, that you see there's a game plan. I think the next game plan is to enslave, is to really make America what Russia used to be, which was a communist country. And the collapse of the dollar, now people think there'll be a collapse of the dollar, and there might be, but what I'm thinking is that the U.S. will do like what Kennedy was trying to do. Because the devil plays both sides. I tell you, he's a masterful magician. So he will make the 99% go against the 1%, which that's all based on money and monetary issues. While at the same time, he will continue to borrow from the 1%, putting them in a conundrum, putting them in a position where they're going to have to kind of collect. And when they try to collect, after he intentionally creates an environment where people won't be able to pay, and then the owers or the debtors, or the deadees, the ones who lent the money, and the ones who borrowed the money are in a position of stalemate, meaning there's not much more they can get from you. They can't get blood out of a turnip or stone, right? So it comes to a time where the economy goes into a chaotic mess, and then instead of trying to figure out ways to get out of it, what they'll do is just say to the people to turn on the 1%. and say to them, give us everything that you got. Now, I'm not saying the 1% are a great bunch of guys. They're a bunch of scumbags too. But see, Satan plays both sides. He plays their greed for wanting money. He's also playing the government system to borrow against the 1% so they can then even own more of what the poor has. And then he'll turn around once they've totally collapsed the system and go after the 1%ers and take all their money from them and then try to give it back to the poor in more of a communistic type fashion to then further kind of enslave everybody. But here's the thing. When they turn it over to this new communist system, communist USSA, which I've been saying for years, America's Egypt. If you look at the whole Egyptian, how Egypt and how the children of Israel were trapped in Egypt, it's the same thing that's happening in the U.S. Same, almost, line by line. So, once they collapse the system, then they're going to come out with a new system. And this will be the beast, because they'll come to people and say, we're going to forgive you of all your debt. We got a new monetary system, which is run by the USA or run by, a conglomerate of, unions. I think England will have a big play in this. We'll probably join another similar to EU, but it won't be the same. It will be a different one. And they'll say, if you join our system, if we'll pay for your house and pay off all your debt and let you borrow a certain amount of money based on your stature or based on your past, or they might even offer kind of lottery type situations. We'll pay off all these things, we'll pay all your bills, we'll do all this kind of stuff for you, but you have to pledge to us. You'll have to pledge to their system. You'll have to enroll in their system. A little more than enrolling, you'd be, by, the whole Obamacare. That's not the beast, but it's part of the same deal. This will be money, so this will have a little bit more of a commitment from you. And I think at that point in time, because money, trust me with money makes people do very strange things, and I've known it. I've been there. Anybody can research my life, they know. I've been around a lot of money. I've been around assumptions of money, and I can tell you how people get. They'll do a lot of very evil things because of money. So money is extremely powerful. Well, gold is the first precious metal mentioned in the Bible, and it's in there for a reason. Money means nothing to Satan. It means nothing to God. It's only there to be used and to use. So my feeling is, at the end of this year, we are going to have a financial collapse. And then we're going to have a turn against the wealthy. And we're going to have people and organizations start going after all their money, all their wealth, tying their hands behind the backs of every single one of them. I don't care if you're Warren Buffett or who the hell you think you are. Satan's going to come to you and say, well, here's the thing, dude. We ain't paying you back. And if you don't shut up and you don't support what we're trying to do, we'll hang you out for slaughter. And then they're going to turn around and come to the people and say, you know what, all your debts are forgiven. Just have to sign up to this new program. You have to pledge your allegiance to us, because by that time, all the countries will be in total chaos. Really probably won't be any ways to travel unless you're on a list, a specific list. Unless you're one of the 144,000 which God marks and they're not allowed to touch. They're going to come to you and say, well, we'll give you everything that you want. You'll have a card that will pay for your food, give you the car, give you the house, but you just have to pledge to us. You have to take an oath to us. Myself, personally, I've never joined any association. I've been part of a couple businesses, but it's a little different. I've never pledged to anybody. I've never even been part of the Boy Scouts. I've never joined a church. I've never pledged to anybody. I've been asked to join Masons and all these other organizations. Was never interested. And I wasn't really just asked. I was kind of told of all the great things that I could have because they thought that I was a very influential type personality. And I refused. I am an independent. Because, see, I am what God created. God creates only one of each and every one of us. So therefore, we need to start taking ourselves a little bit more seriously and view ourselves as God views ourselves, as an individual, and here for a reason and a purpose, and to fulfill His reason and His purpose, not ours. It's Malachi signing out. Church versus state. Watch for things to happen, because they will happen, and when the monetary system goes in chaos, it will still be okay for a little while, but they will come to you and they will offer to pay off everything for you and give you all the things that you thought your hearts desired. You will have to take an oath. And for those within families that are in tremendous debt and ownership, and if you have a brother or sister that pledges the oath, I guarantee you those brothers or those sisters or those children that want that brand new iPhone will turn on you so quickly. Because, see, it will be one of these types of things. Everyone within your family has to be a part of it in order for it to work. Like I signing out, Church versus State. Hug your kids. Hug your kids, because kids are the best. I love my kids. Call your parents. Go see a neighbor, repent, and be baptized. That's what it's all about. Don't sign or pledge to anybody except God. Read your word every day so you understand what's on its way. See, I used to work for, some rap artists, some pretty big guys. I can rap. Maybe an old-looking white guy, but trust me, music's in my soul, brother. I know how to make it sound good, especially R&B. I love R&B. I don't do R&B music myself. I do more progressive kind of artist rock, kind of stuff that I do. But I really enjoy working with R&B and guys like that. Anyways, I'll talk at you later. Bye.